Hi, I'm Randall here in Texas.
And I'm Matt here in Michigan. Today, Randall and I are doing a flashback review on Caddyshack. The 1980 film really doesn't have a main character, it just has a big star studded cast, including Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, Ted Knight, Michael O'Keefe, Cindy Morgan, and Sarah Holcomb. This is Harold Ramis's directorial debut.
Man, when this movie came out in 1980, it came out to really mixed critical reception, but it was met pretty well by your average movie-going fan. It had a $6 million budget and ended up grossing $40 million domestically. ESPN has gone on to say that this might just be one of the funniest sports movies ever made, which is saying quite a bit. Lots of funny sports movies out there. And really, it's become kind of a cult classic. Definitely a cult classic in your household, Matt. I was introduced to this film by you and your dad.
Oh, yeah. My dad, a big golf lover. He loved playing golf, and other than Happy Gilmore, this is the big golf movie, I guess you would say.
Wait, what? No tin cup? What are you talking about?
Give me another ball. Take the drop, Roy.
Roy, just
Give me another ball.
You know, as a serious movie, I would say as comedic golf movie. My dad, I think, was more into comedies or war movies. I don't know that Tim Cup is a war movie. Maybe a different kind of war.
Very different kind of war.
I have nostalgia for this film. I've watched this film a lot of times, but looking on it now as like pertaining to a movie, doing a movie review, the movie as a whole, I would say, is kind of average. But the thing is, there are some jokes in here that are so memorable. Memorable parts. Parts that you will quote over and over and over again. And I think that's why people have such fond memories of this film.
It's parts that we literally quote over and over and over again to each other in random sentences. And, like, really, for us, probably the most quotable thing isn't even a line in the movie. It's a Kenny Loggins song with the stupid gopher. I'm alright. You just dancing, you know? I mean, they make toys of that. I love that. But I agree, I'm nostalgic for it, but watching it again, I can completely understand what the critics of the time were saying, where it's really a loosey-goosey film. Like, Harold Ramis in his directorial debut doesn't really keep everything together as well as you might expect. And honestly, we already did a review of Harold Ramis's other film, Vacation, which you should check out when you get a chance. And it's kind of in there too, where it's like, this is just like moving from scene to scene to scene to scene. It has lots of hard cuts, and it is kind of sloppy.
I totally agree. One character, very memorable, Bill Murray's Carl, the groundskeeper, who wants to be head groundskeeper someday.
Well, I'm working on it.
That's a 6-year plan or whatever going in. He's looking into a lot of this. Manganese. Did you know about manganese?
Manganese. A lot of people don't even know what that is.
But we go from his character being told by the head groundskeeper to kill the gophers, which he messes up with the golfers because of his Scottish accent.
So wait, isn't it like if I kill all the golfers, wouldn't that be bad? Not my fault. No one understands.
You're gonna lock me up and throw away the key.
No one understands you.
But we go from that scene to the next one is like Bill Murray with the pitchfork going on this long rant about how he caddied for the Dalai Lama. But both are like iconic, memorable scenes. It's just kind of the structure of this film that's weird.
Yeah, their structure is not the right word because there's not much structure, honestly. Rewatching it, some of the things that I definitely noticed, it's not like I didn't notice it before, but I definitely noticed it again, is that this movie's just full of really, really quick, quippy lines. I particularly like the moment early on in the movie between Chevy Chase's character and Michael O'Keefe's character, where he's like, I'm going to end up working in a lumberyard.
What's wrong with lumber? I own 2 lumber yards.
I notice you don't spend too much time there.
Not sure where they are.
it's really fast dialogue, and it's like that throughout the film. If you walk away for 5 minutes, you're gonna miss something. It's an hour and a half movie, and you walk away for 5 minutes, you've completely lost the movie almost.
That's the thing. There's so many jokes in this movie, and not all of them hit. But I think Rodney Dangerfield, like his style of comedy, kind of goes with what this movie style is. Like, you keep telling jokes, they don't all hit. But after you get a miss, you go right into another joke that's a hit. And that's the thing. That's what we all remember are those hit jokes and stuff. Even some iconic, like, situational jokes. How we'll go with, like, the candy bar in the pool, and then we get the whole, like, almost like Jaws theme music going on, and everyone's trying to get out of the pool. That's another memorable scene.
Man, honestly, that entire pool scene is just nuts. It's just like, caddies welcome 1 to 115. They wreck this entire pool in 15 minutes. The pool is drained inside of 15 whatever minutes. And yeah, that is an iconic scene where, and then you have Bill Murray's groundskeeper. It's fine. It's just a baby's Ruth. It's an iconic scene, but it's also just nuts, you know? There's a synchronized swimming scene in the middle of that. Like, where did that come from? It's almost like they just said, all right, go have fun and we'll film it. The original reality TV.
Well, I think you hit it on the nose there. I think part of this movie is that they were just trying different things as fun. You hear a lot of stories about behind the scenes where some of the actors were doing late night golf cart rallies on the golf course kind of thing. So there were a lot of antics and stuff going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and honestly, this movie, it doesn't have that much of a plot. It doesn't have any main characters like you mentioned earlier. It just has like set pieces, and one of the biggest things about it, and I think one of the biggest things about this Harold Ramis's comedies and probably comedies in general in the 1980s is they're just having fun. They're just telling jokes. They're just going a mile a minute. There are no consequences for any characters. Nothing matters in this film. Even the end, the groundskeeper blows up large portions of the golf course, and the gopher makes it. Don't worry, no gophers were harmed in the making of this film. But no consequences. No one has consequences at all in this movie, and I just think that's just part of it. They were just having fun. They just wanted to make a fun movie.
I totally agree. And we do have some deplorable characters in this movie, like the judge. But when he does bad stuff, oftentimes it's shown as he's bad. Especially when he's making, like, racial jokes. And it comes back as like, oh no, we're not going to let that fly kind of thing.
Yeah, as soon as he makes a racial joke, there's immediately a cut to, you know, he's buffing his shoes and and he puts it into the buffer until it all starts sparking. It's like, yeah. Like, we're not going to let that fly. We're going to tell a joke to offset that awful joke, that bad character joke.
And I think that's part of the whole big thing of this movie. You have Ty. He is all loosey-goosey. He's telling Danny that just be the ball, feel it kind of thing. Go with the flow. And then the judge, who has like a structure, and he's based on an old system of doing things, and also using his influence to get his way. And I think it's a big contrast between the two, and that's what Danny's got to decide. Does he want to be the brown noser and stick up to the judge so he can get the scholarship, or is he going to enjoy his summer with the other caddies?
And really, it all ends up coming down to, you know what? F you is basically what he says to the judge. Might have to blur that out, Matt. I was communicating with the audience.
But yes, I like this film. I think this is a film maybe you show older teens to adults, because there is a lot of adult content in this movie, but
Yeah,
you
hard
just
R.
kind of
Hard
take
R.
hard R in for this movie, but I still enjoy for the parts. Is this a good like movie in general as like a movie? Maybe not necessarily, but the parts are so memorable that something will stick with you after watching this film.
Totally agree. I know we're so nostalgic for it. It's hard for us to look at it without rose-colored glasses, but maybe not the best film. I would be real interested if you're a viewer of ours who's never seen Caddyshack. I would love you to watch it and comment your thoughts on it, because obviously we're not the most fair judges for this film. Would love to know, if you've never seen it, what you think of it when you do see it. If you like this kind of content, we've got lots of different videos up on our channel. Make sure to give it a look. Lots of flashback videos, looking at some of these older films. Give us a like, a subscribe, and ring the bell icon. If you always want to know when we're going to be posting or what we're posting, check out our Facebook page. It's always going to be a day ahead of what we post. For now, I'm Randall here in Texas. Everyone have a great day.
And I'm Matt here in Michigan. See you guys later. Next time on No Market Media. Please consider checking out some of our other videos.